Welcome to this deep dive, everyone. Today, we're tackling a topic you see everywhere, manifestation.
Hmm.
It's huge online, so much information, so many promises. It can be, well, a bit much to sort through, right?
It really can. It's definitely a crowded space,
Yeah.
and figuring out what's actually useful, that's the tricky part.
Exactly. So that's our mission today for this deep dive. We want to cut through that noise.
Yeah, pull out the practical stuff, the actionable insights, so you can actually, work towards what you want.
Right. Give you a clearer picture of the core ideas and techniques that seem to, well, work. And we looked at some interesting sources to do this.
We did. We went through transcripts from Tamcar and House of Hybrations on YouTube.
Okay.
Also a video from Doxy called Manifest Anything with this morning routine, manifest affirmations,
Got it.
and an article, Daily Routine to Manifest Anything. So a good mix.
Definitely. So if you're looking to make changes, chase some goals, or you're just curious about how intention and belief work, you're in the right spot.
Think of this as the clearer path through the woods.
Okay, let's unpack this. Where do we start?
Well, first, just understanding the basics, what manifestation actually is, because a key thing that comes up again and again, it's not just wishing.
Right. Tim Kara really hits on that. She says she's sick and tired of all the nonsense online, like those super complicated rituals.
Yeah, she argues the core of it doesn't have to be that complex. But she does talk about this initial phase that can feel kind of disruptive.
The shake-up phase, she calls it.
Exactly. It might look like old relationships ending or, weird challenges popping up. Your life might feel a bit unstable for a moment. But the crucial thing from her experience is that this often needs to happen. It serves a purpose.
Like the universe clearing the decks, making space for the new stuff you're calling in.
Sort of, yeah. She talks about friendships dissolving, a relationship turning toxic right when she started focusing on manifesting better things. It sounds tough.
It really does.
But her big message there is trust. Trusting that process, even when it feels like a setback. Believing it's actually working for you, paving the way.
That trust seems huge. She even mentioned she stopped crying as much because of that deep faith, right?
Yeah, that really underlines the power of that belief.
Yeah.
Trusting the universe, even when things look messy, is sort of step one.
Okay. Foundation laid. Trust the process.
Yeah.
Now, what about the rules, the core principles our sources talk about for actually making manifestation work?
Okay, yeah, several key principles kept popping up. First one, vibrational frequency.
Ah, yes, the energy matching.
Exactly. Tam Carey even has this chart, peace, love, joy, high vibes up top,
Yeah.
negative stuff down low.
So the idea is your general state, your dominant feeling needs to vibe with what you want to attract. If you're feeling low, you're kind of pushing your desires away.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which leads right into the next principle, gratitude.
Being thankful for what you already have.
It's presented as a really powerful way to attract more good stuff. Tam Carr gives simple examples, like being grateful you can buy food, or even just a latte.
It's like signaling, hey, I see the good stuff, I appreciate it, send more.
And it helps you embody the feeling of already having what you desire, which connects directly to the law of attraction.
Right. Tam Carr says, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are.
Yes. So it's less about just wanting to be happy or rich, and more about cultivating the feeling of being happy and abundant right now in your mindset.
That shifts the focus, doesn't it? It's about becoming that energetic match first. Okay, but what if you want something like really badly? Can wanting it too much backfire?
Good question. That brings us to detachment.
Which doesn't mean giving up, right?
No, not at all. Tam Carr clarifies that. It's not forgetting your goals. It's about trusting the how and when to the universe, basically. Not getting wrapped up in anxiety about the outcome.
Okay, so hold the vision, take the action, but release the desperate need for it to happen exactly like you planned.
You got it. It's a kind of faith, really.
Makes sense. What else? Any other core rules?
Consistent clarity.
Yeah.
This one's important. Vague goals like, I want to be rich, aren't very effective, apparently.
You need specifics.
Yes. How much money? What kind of job exactly? What does the lifestyle look like? Tam Carr uses examples of getting really granular with the details.
Details matter.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one, probably the hardest for many of us.
Patience. Manifestation isn't instant coffee. It takes time.
Yeah.
Tam Carr uses her own example. Getting to 100K Instagram followers took her 3 years. It's a reminder that big things often need time to unfold.
Okay, solid principles. Trust, vibration, gratitude, law of attraction, detachment, clarity, patience. Now, how do we actually do this stuff? Let's talk techniques.
Right, the actionable bits. Several good ones came up. Let's start with vision boarding and visualization.
Vision boards. Everyone loves a good vision board. How do you make them work, though? Not just look pretty.
Well, Tam Carr suggests starting with that detailed list of specific goals. Then find images, quotes, whatever, that really feel like those goals.
So it's the emotional connection.
Exactly. Physical board, digital board, doesn't matter. It should be something that makes you feel inspired, makes you want to, like she says, jump out of bed and take action.
Action being the key word there.
Definitely. She mentioned her own board helped inspire her to start her jewelry business on Shopify. She even gives Shopify a nod as being easy for entrepreneurs.
So the board fuels the real-world steps, and visualization is kind of the mental version of that.
Pretty much. Visualization is about feeling the feeling of having your desire right now. Cam Carr's example was visualizing getting a specific text, and doing it before sleep is apparently really powerful. Taps into the subconscious.
Ah, the subconscious. That seems like a big player in all this.
Huge. Tam Carr talks about how our subconscious beliefs can actually block what we consciously want. Like wanting a great relationship, but subconsciously feeling unworthy.
Oof, yeah. Been there.
So visualization is a tool to start reprogramming those subconscious patterns, creating a new internal blueprint.
So we're overriding the old programming. Okay. What about the law of assumption? That sounds interesting.
It is. Tam Carr explains it as basically acting as if your desire is already here. You walk into situations assuming the outcome you want, like with confidence.
Like you already know you won the prize.
Exactly, that kind of unwavering confidence. It connects back to detachment, too. If you assume it's done, there's less room for worry.
I see.
Tam Carr shared her YouTube journey again here. Years of putting in work with slow growth, but she kept going because she assumed success was inevitable.
That's powerful persistence, fueled by belief. Okay, let's talk words. Speaking it into existence. Affirmations and all that.
Right. The idea, according to Tam Carr, is that the universe responds to the words you use consistently. The energy behind them matters less than the words themselves, interestingly.
So complaining about what you don't want actually attracts more of it.
That's the idea. She uses these characters, Lola and Athena. Lola always expects the worst, talks about lack. Athena speaks as if good things are already happening.
So shift your language. Instead of I hope I pass, it's I am passing easily. Present tense, positive outcome.
Exactly. Focus on having it now in your words.
And then there's acting into existence. How is that different from law of assumption?
It's more about embodying the lifestyle of the person who has what you desire. Tam Carr's examples. Dressing the part, maybe, or not feeling guilty buying that latte if you're manifesting wealth.
So your actions align with the future you're creating. If you want a relaxed life, maybe start practicing some slow living now.
Precisely. Placing yourself in environments that match your goal,
Yeah.
like working in inspiring cafes if you want a certain career. It's about aligning your energy through what you do.
Okay, lots of techniques. Vision boards, visualization, subconscious work, assuming it, speaking it, acting it. How do we pull this together? Like day to day, let's talk daily routines.
Yes, structure helps. The daily routine article and Dossie's video really focus on this. A morning routine seems especially key.
Why the morning?
Sets the tone, aligns your energy right away. Common elements are setting intentions, reviewing your desires, maybe saying affirmations.
Makes sense. What else?
Meditation is big, quieting the mind, boosting positivity. Then visualization, looking at your vision board, imagining goals achieved. The alpha state right when you wake up is apparently very potent for influencing the subconscious, according to House of Vibrations.
Okay, so intention, meditation, visualization.
Journaling or scripting, too. Writing desires as if they're already real. Gratitude lists. Oh, and House of Vibrations mentions saying self-love affirmations in the mirror.
Wow, okay.
Dossie adds that doing affirmations while moving your body can amplify them.
A very intentional start to the day. What about later on, any evening practices?
Yeah, the daily routine article suggests repeating affirmations, maybe short visualizations. Some people use the 3-6-9 method, writing desires out 3 times in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, 9 at night.
Interesting.
An evening reflection is good. Acknowledge progress, revisit intentions, more gratitude before sleep, keep the momentum going.
It really sounds like consistency is the name of the game.
Absolutely crucial. Dossie and the article both say consistency over perfection. Just keep showing up for it, even briefly.
Now, House of Vibrations, they had a really intense schedule, right?
Very detailed, yes.
Yes.
Very focused on transforming self-concept and hammering those desires into the subconscious.
What does their morning look like?
Starts with no phone.
Yeah.
Then self-love meditation or breath work if you're anxious. A personalized manifestation meditation, those mirror affirmations. And then reading a personalized rampage.
A rampage? What's that?
It's like a written stream of consciousness, really positive, describing your desire as if it's happening, evoking strong positive feelings. Very active.
Okay. And their afternoon.
Big focus on self-concept and manifestation. Loop affirmations, like repeating them hundreds or thousands of times through the day.
Wow, that's dedication.
Yeah, and revisiting the rampage, they talk about becoming almost obsessed with the outcome, but from a place of confident expectation.
Intense. And the evening.
A second, personalized meditation, and specific sleep affirmations. They also have advice for when your mood dips.
Oh, yeah. What do they suggest?
Breath work, inner child work, doing a rampage, drinking water, staying busy, connecting with friends, moving your body. Practical tools to shift back to a positive state.
So it's an immersive approach, really living in that desired reality as much as possible. And they had that point about happiness.
Yes, really important. Happiness comes before the manifestation, not after. Finding joy in the process, in the now, that raises your vibration.
So don't wait for the goal to be happy. Be happy on the way to the goal. That's part of attracting it.
Exactly.
Okay, so as we wrap this deep dive up, any final key tips that stood out across the board?
Definitely. First, be open. Your manifestation might show up in ways you didn't expect. Don't be rigid about how it has to look.
Stay flexible. Trust the universe's delivery service.
Right. And maintain that positive, receptive mindset. That's crucial.
Okay, what else?
Taking inspired action. Those small, intuitive steps daily. Doxy made a great point. When you're aligned, your subconscious will start guiding you to opportunities, almost on autopilot.
So the routines help train that autopilot.
Exactly. They direct your mind towards your desires.
It really all comes back to alignment, doesn't it? Thoughts, feelings, actions, expectations, all pointing the same way. So the big takeaway from all this?
I think it's that manifestation is an active process. It's about consciously using these principles and practices consistently to align yourself with what you want and believing it's possible.
There are lots of techniques, but the core ideas, clarity, positive vibe, trust, action, they seem universal. So for you listening to Grit and Growth, the idea isn't to suddenly do everything we talked about. That would be overwhelming.
Definitely not. Just pick one or two things. A technique, maybe a morning routine element that resonates, something that feels doable for you.
Yeah.
And just experimenting, see how it feels.
Perfect. So now that you've got this deeper understanding, here's something to think about. What's one small, intentional step you can take today to actively create the grit and growth you want in your own life?
Good question to ponder.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for diving deep with us today. And hey, if you found this useful, please do subscribe to Grit and Growth. Give us a like, maybe share it with someone else who's curious about making manifestation work for them.
Yeah, spread the knowledge.